In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make yourself animated Twitch emotes just like these. Now, we've already covered how to make normal, non-animated emotes. If you haven't seen that, or if you're brand new to Canva, which is the tool that we're going to be using today to create these, I'm going to suggest that you check out my previous videos which cover all of that off. I will leave links to them in the description below, but there'll also be at the end of this video a full playlist where you can find all of my Canva videos, so you can pick and choose the areas that you want to look at and see how they can help you with your live stream. So I'm trusting you that you've already watched the emotes in Canva tutorial, because now I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and animate those. So here's a quick look of all of the emotes that we created previously, and we can very easily animate these. Now, we could actually just use this option up at the top which says animate, and that will apply animations to the whole page, but it may be that you want to apply different animations to each of your different emotes. So the easiest way to do this is to come to the emote that you want to animate, just drag and select everything on there. So you can see I've got multiple things selected. We can then come up to the top and we have this option animate, but it's now only going to apply to each of those areas. We could actually have just say animated the text, so you could just click the text and animate that independently. But just to show you how this works, once you click animate, you get all of these things here. So you've got some pretty basic stuff where you can have that just popping up from the bottom. We've got panning in, we've got a fade in. The breathing one is pretty cool. We've also got tumble. I really like the tumble one. If you're using the pro version, or if you're on a pro free trial, then you've also got these cool ones as well, like the pops, the neons, the scrapbooks, and so on. There's also drift. So there's lots of stuff to be playing with here. I quite like the pop one and the stomp ones. I think they're really cool. Now that could be it. That could be our animation done. If so, what you would do is then go to download, and in here we would actually change it to GIF. So what that's going to do is it's going to make the animation loop, so you can use it as an animated GIF. So we can click on here, we would choose which of our pages that we want. In this case, it would just be page number 8, and then we would just download that. So let's animate this crying emote. We can do a few things here. We could have something that pops up in the background, we could animate something onto its face, or we could do both. So I'm going to come up to my elements at the top, and I'm going to search for rain. I feel like that's probably going to give us some kind of like raindrops that we can use that is already animated. I think this could work pretty good. We can literally just drag this to fill the back here, and then we can just right click and choose send backwards, and that's now appearing behind. So that's a really easy effect that we can do there. So let's try adding that in again, and this time I'm going to use the crop tools to see if we can just maybe make it look like the tear is coming from the cat's face. So I can use the crop option up here at the top, which allows me to grab this, and then we can add that there so that the tear looks like it's coming out of the cat's eye. I feel really bad now, it looks so sad. But you could do tons of things like this. You could just use as standard some of these animations and pull them over, and that's your emote done with some wording over. But remember, you do then need to come up and download them and make sure it is downloaded as a GIF. Now you'll notice in here there is also the option to have a video file. But let's just say that you have a clip of yourself doing a face palm. Maybe you've done it behind a green screen. That's perfect. If you have, that will make it much easier. If not, don't worry, it should still work using this other app that I'm going to show you at the end to remove the background. But I haven't filmed me face palming myself, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come to elements up here, and I'm going to look for face palm. What I'm going to choose is actually videos on here, and I'm going to look for a good example here with a nice solid background just for this example. Just click on there and it will add it in. So we're just going to pretend this is me on a really good day. Let's make it fill that space a little bit better. So that is just going to loop and loop and loop, because we'll export it as a GIF. So just imagine that that's you. It looks pretty cool actually with the full background. I kind of like this coloring on here, but we want to remove it, right? That's the cool thing to do on Twitch. For that, what we need to do is download it. We're going to do it as a GIF. We're just going to take page 10 and choose done and hit download. While it does that, we need to head over to another site. So you can find this at unscreen.com. I'll put the link in the description for you. What you can do here is just upload your clip, give it a second, and you can see it working. And that's it, it's removed the background. So we can then just go and download this. So I'm going to grab the GIF there. It's nice and quick. You can see here is our animation ready to go and to be uploaded. I'm going to show you one last method of animating these within Canva, and that is to create a video file, and you can then record your own stop motion. Just close all of these down and come back to the home screen. We can just type in video up here at the top. It's going to give us all of our templates. I'm going to grab this blank template here. Now we do need to resize this, so I'm going to come to resize. I'm going to choose this one here, and I'm just going to do resize. I don't need to copy because I've not done anything yet. But we can see this page looks a bit different to what we've seen before. You can see down at the bottom, we've got basically an editor and we can play through this. And each of these panels by default is at 5 seconds, but we can click this and change it down. So let's make each of these just 1 second long, and we could actually take that to 0.1 of a second if you want your animation to be really quick. We're going to come back to elements. I'm going to type in space dog because that will bring up all of the examples that we've already had previous. So these should be looking super familiar. So let's use this one with the stars, and I'm going to animate some stars moving around in the background. If you are just going to use the standard stars floating around that you find here in the stock images, you may as well use the other method. This is if you want to have control over what happens with those animated items. So again, this could work really well for different text appearing or different things appearing in the animation. So really you just get a little bit more flexibility, but you also get a different look entirely. So stop motion itself is pretty cool. I kind of like how it looks. So this time in elements, we're going to come up and we're going to search for star, and we can see all of the different stars. Now I want them to kind of have this shape. That one at the top is probably going to be our best bet. Let's recolor them so that they match with all of the others. I'm going to make a few copies of these and place them around all over the place. So we'll have maybe one there. We'll have another one sort of floating up here. You can use your shortcuts. That's what I'm doing. Control and C and then Control and V. So what I want these to be is in the background. I don't want them in the front. So we can either click all of those individually, or we can just click this doggo here and we can bring him forward or bring him all the way to the front there. Now right now that's not looking very animated, is it? So what we need to do is come down here at the bottom and we're going to duplicate this page up to 5 times so that we've got 5 seconds of animation. You could do it longer if you want to. I probably wouldn't do longer than 10 seconds. So in this next one, what we're going to do, I'm actually going to lock the front image there just so we can more easily grab the ones in the background. And we're going to move them so they're going up a little bit. I'm going to add another one because we want some more filling in this bottom area. Do remember just to send that one to the back. And then we do the same again. So now we can hit play and take a look at if we're happy with that. I think that probably needs something every half second as opposed to every 1 second. But I'm just going to do some more tweaks because what I want to do is rather than have the dog static in the middle, I'm going to get him so he's kind of twisting a little bit as well. We'll leave the first one so it's centered. We're going to take this second one here, take the lock off, and we'll just do a little twist to the left. And then we'll come to this one and it's back in the middle. We'll come to this one and we'll put a little twist to the right, and then it's back to the beginning again. So you've got beginning, left, right, and so on. But what we can do is if we want to make this sort of a bit more fast but still have a 5-second long clip, we can come into these and we can change this down to be half a second. And the nice thing is we can apply it to all of the pages, so we don't have to go and do it individually. So we'll apply that, and now that's looking a little bit more like what I was hoping for. Now if we wanted to make this longer, we could actually just grab each of these and we can say duplicate. And once it's duplicated, if we click on that particular one, you just need to get the pointer so that it's like a finger like this. You can hold down and then you can drag it and we can pop that at the end. But a quicker shortcut to do this is if we click on the first one, hold your shift key and then click on the end one, we can then duplicate all 6 pages. So now it's going to be a longer clip. Now to make this pop, we could do something else just to the actual dog. So it's nice to have something in the background, but it's also good to have something happening to the dog, which is why we added in that movement. However, I just spotted these individual little stars that are white and they're the same shape as the eyes. Let's just come back to the first clip. We'll leave them normal on there, but on the second one where it tips, let's add in a couple of these. I'm going to change the color of that to be white and hover them over. A little tip, if you are wanting to do fine adjustment, if you hold control while you're moving around, it will let you do that rather than it kind of snapping. Got some nice big eyes on there. I'm gonna select both of those eyes, do Control and C for copy. I'm then gonna find the other one where it's tilted that way, Control and V. We'll grab both of those and I'm gonna rotate them so that they match on here. So we'll Control and V in there. That one's exactly the same. So you can see what we're trying to do here, right? Okay, I think that's it. Let's have a look how that looks. I think that now looks pretty good. So once you are happy with your design, you can go ahead and just like before, head up to the top, choose download, just make sure that you switch this to GIF. You want all of the pages for your full animation and download. Then just follow the steps as we did before to go ahead and remove that background. I'm going to pop a video over here which will show you even more things that you can do for your live stream using Canva. And I'm also down here going to put our Canva for Streamers playlist so you can see all of the videos that I've made so far about Canva. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.